Guys, what's up? We are back on the road again as the Impractical Jokers tour the United States of America, impracticaljokerslive.com. We're going to be in Reading, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Camden, New Jersey, Boston, Prudential Center in Newark, and UBS Arena in Long Island, just to name a few. All the tickets are on sale right now. We're touring through July, and we're adding more dates. impracticaljokerslive.com.
I'm going to every single one. When on my off time, what I'm going to do is I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona, January 26th to 28th. That's this Thursday to Saturday at the Stand Up Live, ChristyComedy.com for Tiki Wikis. February 1st and 2nd, Cleveland, Ohio, Hilarities. Almost all the shows are sold out, but go see if you can get tickets. Stamford, Connecticut, February 16th to 17th. And Vancouver, February 22nd, February 24th, Fresno, February 25th, San Jose, 26th, Sacramento. And then Florida, I'm there in March. Just ChristyComedy.com for Tiki Wikis. Sal's going to do my shows. I'm going to do Sal's shows. It's going to be a whole thing.
Come to all the shows.
Don't be a fake. Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't hesitate to say, hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Y'all know me, still the same OG, but I've been low-key. Hated on by most of these hey babes with no cheese, no deals, and no G's, no wheels, and no keys, no boats, no snowmobiles, and no skis. Mad at me because I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio and it's all full of tracks. The head for the wall full of plaques. Hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies. Y'all think I'm going to dough freeze? Ho, please. You better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you to smoke trees? Who you think brought you the oldies, Easy E's, Ice Cubes, and DOCs? The Snoop D.O. Double G's, and the group that said motherfuck the police. Gave you a tape full of dope beats to bum when you strolled through in the hood. And when your album sales wasn't dudes are good, who's the doctor they told you to go see? Y'all better listen up closely. Or you hey baby said that I turned pop on the firm flop. Y'all the reason that Dre ain't gonna get no sleep. So fuck y'all, all of y'all. If y'all don't like me, blow me. Y'all gonna keep fucking around with me and turn me back to the old me. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. So what do you say to somebody you hate? Anyone try to bring trouble your way? Want to resolve things in a bloody way? Just study a tape at NWA. One day, I was walking by with a Walkman on when I caught a guy give me an awkward eye, strangled him up in the parking lot with his caulk and eye. I don't give a fuck if it's dark or not. I'm harder than me trying to park a Dodge when I'm drunk as fuck, right next to a humongous truck in a 2-car garage, hopping out with 2 broken legs, trying to walk it off. Fuck you too, bitch. Call the cops. I'm gonna kill you when I'm loud ass motherfucking barking dogs. And when the cops came through, me and Dre stood next to a burned down house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches, and still weren't found out right here. So from here on out, the Chronic 2, starting a day, tomorrow's a new, and I'm still local enough to choke you to death with chocolate and 2 chips. Slim Shady. I just said to the twin babies in the Mercedes Benz with the windows up when the temp goes up to the mid 80s. Call them men ladies. Sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy. There's no way that you can save me. It's okay, go with him, Haley. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they've got about Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. If it was up to me, you motherfuckers would stop coming up to me with your hands out, looking up to me like you want something free. When my last CD was out, you wasn't bumping me. But now that I got this little company, everybody want to come to me like it was some disease, but you won't get a crumb from me because I'm from the streets of Compton. I told them all you little gangsters, who you think helped mold them all? Now you want to run them out talking about guns like I ain't got none. What you think I sold them all because I stay well off? Now all day, I gotta hate that Dre fell off. Why? Because I've been in the lab with a pen and a pad trying to get the damn label off. I ain't having that. This is the millennium of aftermath. There ain't gonna be nothing after that. There's gonna be one more plaque and fuck rap. You can have it back. So where's all the mad rappers at? It's like a jungle in its habitat. But all you savage cats know that I was strapped with gats when you were cuddling the cabbage patch. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they've forgotten about Hey Babe.
I had one line. Wow.
Now, I haven't sang that like 8 years. I used to know it, but it was tough. It was tough.
Well, now, for those of you listening on
Concentrated
audio,
too much on reading it.
Sal just spit that straight off the dome piece. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Buddy?
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to get out of the way immediately.
All right.
I know, what people are thinking, what you've been thinking. My hair is combed to the other side today.
I mean, I was really wondering something looked different. I couldn't tell.
I for years of my life, my whole life since I've had hair, since I started growing hair as 3 months old, I thought I always push my hair that away. But I have a cowlick on my head right here. Even my barber, who's a great barber, would be like, I can't figure out this damn cowlick on you. I just have most people have a cowlick in the back. I have a cowlick. My hair just parts naturally this way. So yesterday, I'm just kind of frustrated. I said, I want to shave my head. I said to my 1-year-old daughter, I said, I'm going to fucking shave my head. I want to look just like you.
All right.
And she was just sitting there drinking her milk. And then Jasmine said, you're getting frustrated. You're getting upset. She goes, let me look at you. So she's looking at me. I was like, the goddamn cowlick is on this side, and I can't figure it out. And she was like, have you ever thought of combing your hair the other way towards the cowlick? She said, what do we always talk about in therapy? Don't resist. Well, you've been resisting and combing your hair the other way instead of just going towards the cowlick.
Lick. Yeah.
You're not this way. You don't resist it. You become it. So what you're seeing is I have just become the cowlick.
How do you feel?
I feel like my hair's too high.
Well, because it's forcing your hair to fight and go the way.
Yeah,
the way
I mean, we are.
So you have body and bounce like you've never had in a while.
I've never had it, and I got to be honest with you, I don't know how to deal with it. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of power to have this much body, this much bounce.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. Your normal hair goes to your right when you comb it?
My normal hair, yes. Usually if I comb it, it goes to the right.
So mine goes to the left.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's why we complete each other and we have a good podcast.
It is. You complete me. And I've talked about this, and my barber says you should go. It's always good to go the other way for a while and then go back the other way for a while. It trains your hair to go both ways. It'll keep it high. And he says to me, go this way, to the right, your way. And I do it in the mirror, and I literally feel like I have a tick. Like I do it, and it's like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't like it that way. I look in the mirror, and I feel like I'm all contorted.
Yeah, so that's interesting what he said. To actually now for 8 years, I should keep my hair this way, and then 8 years from now, go the other way.
Yeah. It's
okay.
like, it's basically like a presidency.
Yeah, well, when I came down the stairs today with my hair this way, my daughter went like this.
Yeah.
Because you look like a different guy.
Something's off and you don't know what.
You thought I got a haircut.
Yeah, I did.
My hair hasn't been cut in 3 weeks.
Let me ask you a question. Is it Cowlick? Because my whole life I've said Cowlick. I don't know why it's called Cowlick. And then someone said Cowlick. And I was like, is it a cowlick?
I think that it's called cowlick because the thought is if a cow licked your hair, it would stick up like that. So
are you making that up, or you think you've heard that in the past? Because I think that's what I would say as well, but I don't know if that's true.
That's one of those things where genuinely, if you're asking me the truth, I think that I probably made it up so many years ago that now the lie has become the truth.
Okay.
In my brain.
But why cowlick? Why not anything lick?
Yeah, well, literally a dog lick, any animal that has saliva on a tongue.
Yeah.
If it licked your hair, it would stick up that way.
100%. So let's look this up.
Cowlick.
Lick.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Pimp's got it.
It is a cowlick.
Cow, Cowlick.
It is, and it's one word.
And is it because of if a cow licks your hair, then your hair stands up?
The most common side of the human cowlick is the crown.
The back of the head, the alfalfa. That's
yeah.
why for me to have a cowlick on the side of my head, something's wrong with me.
The term cowlick dates is from the late 16th century. Physician Richard Haydock used it in his translation of Gianpaolo Lomaso.
Good guy.
The locks or plain feeks of hair called cowlicks are made turning upward. I mean, that stuck.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a good, wasn't even a fun sentence for any good reason.
Do you ever think about, like, people from the 15th, 16th century, even earlier than that? Literally, every grooming issue we have, every bathroom issue we have, every, not liking someone, but not knowing how to go about, walking on eggshells around a person. It all was the same.
Same exact thing.
Like every emotion we feel now, they felt back then. Does it blow your mind?
Yes.
So it's like in many ways we're like very connected to that past where it's like it's just the same things. They were just wearing different uniforms.
Even them, they were evolved as many years. Basically, if you look at that on the whole, we're at the same time frame as them.
Right.
If you look at everything on the whole. They're only a couple of 100 years ago in the span of humanity.
Yes.
So it's almost like we're like right there with each other. It's just that we're exponentially growing.
It's funny you say that. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying, like, if you put like the all the time from the Big Bang to now, all the time, right? There's so many years. Like if you had like a graph,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even be like a micro, like a half of a centimeter away from like 50,000 from the dinosaurs. Like we're in the same thing.
I know.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, it gives me an existential dread though that I don't like. What is it? Oh,
Yes,
God,
we're coming live. We're coming live.
Coming to you live.
Coming to you live from my garage. And in there is they're painting. Some guys painting. So I don't know what that sound is.
All right.
People are. Hey, you got to paint.
Yeah, you got to paint. People paint. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the end of that. Neil deGrasse Tyson said that.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said, and I'm butchering what he said, but it was something mind blowing of the effect of that. Literally, we would be in the same on a graph. He said two things that literally my balls blown off.
They blew off.
Is that fact? And then he also said if you took all the dollar bills, he took the width of a dollar bill,
Still
it would
unbelievable.
go and all Jeff Bezos' money and put it into dollar bills, it would stretch from here to the moon and back around over 7 times.
That's pure insanity.
Which
that doesn't make any logical sense to me whatsoever.
But it's baby, the facts are the facts. If you
I
want to
know.
debate Neil deGrasse Tyson, you can do that. But even though I got your back, I can't go with you to that one.
I don't really give him any credit anymore since he bit Holyfield. I don't think that.
Right.
That went out the window for me with him then.
Yeah. And now he's smoking weed on podcasts.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I really trust you?
Yeah.
How can I? Yeah, I makes sense. Babe, you came to my daughter, my 1-year-old daughter. She got baptized.
She was welcomed into the house of Christ.
She was literally welcomed to the house. She's Team Catholic now. She's one of the Catholics.
Yeah.
And we had a great time at the venue.
It was very nice. It was a very nice, delightful afternoon.
Yes, it was awesome.
It was nice. I haven't been to a function like that in a while.
How was
I had
the
to
food?
put on shoes.
Yes, you
not
look great by the
sneakers.
Doc Martens you wore.
Yeah.
I
You noted it?
I noted it because I looked down. And I said to Jazz, I said, I want Sal's shoes.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Do you really?
those Doc Martens, because no, the thing with Doc Martens is they're comfortable, but you got to break them in.
They're
right?
timeless. Well, it depends on which pair you get.
What your
they're
pair?
They're already. I have 5 different ones. I have soft broken in ones. I have ones you have to break in. You got the steel toe ones. You got the shiny ones. You got the soft broken in ones.
Doc Martens, it's the only boot.
Timeless.
Timeless and unisex.
Yes, and unisex.
If a woman was wearing that same exact boot you had,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the same size, but the same style of boot, be very sexy as you were with the boot on.
Thank you so much. I was walking out of the house with a brand new shoe, never worn before, brand new sneaker, dark blue, but it had white accents. And my lady said, that's not, you can't wear that.
Not to a christening.
Not to a christening. And I was like, but I'm wearing all black with a sweater. And then she said, no, go put on those other shoes. I said, all right. And then she was right. She was right about that.
She was right, yeah. Well, because you had all different walks of life there. We had, I had to be in a suit. It was my daughter. We had the godparents in suits. Then we had people dressing with just, kind of blazers and things like that. Then we had the casual look with the Doc Martens and the jeans and that nice look.
They were dark jeans.
They were dark jeans.
Yes, I'm not an animal.
Right.
You were in a beautiful suit.
Thank you.
I believe you wore that suit. I've seen you in that suit before.
No, actually, that's the first time I've ever worn that suit.
I thought you got that suit like, man, you had a nice blue suit like that as well.
That suit, I don't know where that suit is, but the suit that I wore was given to me by a friend I went to high school with, Giovanni Brasciani, who makes beautiful suits, Giovanni Brasciani suits. So go check his suits out.
Wow.
And so he gave me that suit. I literally
Great color on you.
Thank you. And you know what I did? And I think that this is just something when you start to get comf in your body.
Yeah.
And I'm not fully there yet, but I'm getting close to comf.
Me too. Mine comf.
Mine clip it. I didn't even, that suit, you ready for this? Told him my dimensions, told him my waist size, told him just in.
What do you dimension? What do you mean, like you're 3-dimensional?
No, hey, I'm a 46 long,
your measurements.
36 waist,
Okay.
32 inseam,
Okay.
size 12 shoe, 17 neck. That's what I am on ballparking it. Never, if when I was a bit heavier, I would have tried that suit on, had to go there a million times because I literally unzipped that suit and put it on for we had to be at the church at 10 a.m. I unzipped that suit for the very first time and put it on at 9:15.
Did you feel confident it was going to turn out the way it did, or were you riddled with anxiety that you were waiting this long to try it on? What if?
Well, when I unzipped it and I started to, Jasmine was getting dressed. She said, have you tried on that suit yet? And I said, no. And she was like, oh my God. She was like, what are you doing?
Could have been disastrous.
So what happened was, though, is I initially put on the suit and the pants fit good. I was like, phew. The shirt fit good. I was like, phew.
The pants are the one.
I put the suit on. The arms were up to here.
No.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, the arms are too short. But it was, how some of them have like that little, not staple, but like a little piece of thread. It's somehow the arm, like you just had to pull something apart by the elbow, and then the sleeve dropped. Yeah. Something the way that kid packages it is wild.
Okay.
And
so you had enough sleeve at the end.
I had enough sleeve. Well, you saw me in the suit. Did you think that I had too short of a sleeve?
No, I didn't even notice that at all.
Yeah, I had a short sleeve. I had enough sleeve, but it felt good. It felt good to be like, you know what? I just threw something on.
Yeah.
Not threw something on, and I felt good about it. But here's what happens.
Yes.
Here's what happens
please.
is I felt so good about it, and I can't tell you. It's just the human mind. I felt so good in that suit. I really did, and I felt good, and I felt, you know what, Chris, you've been working hard on trying to get yourself healthy again, good. So I felt so good in that suit. I was driving in that suit. We were already almost late for the church. I immediately went to the deli. Jasmine was saying, we need to go, don't do this. I said, Jazz, don't talk to me right now. Walking after my body felt great. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese and a toasted muffin with butter and a coffee with with extra cream in it and sugar. It was almost like my brain.
Go ahead.
My brain said to me, you feel good?
Yeah.
Well, here, let's ruin it.
Oh.
Immediately.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but what about your intermittent?
I was in the fasting window, so I could do that.
Oh, okay.
When I did that. And
so
Saturday.
Then it's not too bad if you're having, you could have whatever you want in that window or not really.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Shouldn't have done what you did.
Should not have done. Saturday is my day for sweets. Did I tell you that Delilah had a talk with me? My 7-year-old daughter had a talk with me and said, I didn't tell you this. I thought maybe we talked about it on Hey Babe. In the end of December, she said, Dad, listen.
You might have.
She said, I only want you for the entire year of 2023, only have sweets on Saturday. She said, you can have sweets on other days if I approve it and if you run it by me. She said, because Grandpa's got diabetes and I don't want you to get diabetes. She goes, and I want you to be able to see when you're older. Because she thinks that's all.
She knows about the complications of diabetes.
Yeah, because like people in the family on both sides have diabetes, so she thinks like if you get diabetes, you're blind. She's like, so I want you to be able to see.
On one hand, that is the sweetest, most intuitive, honest, cute, beautiful thing I've ever heard. On the other hand, who the does she think she is? Because you're the father. You brought her into this world. You paid for her to live here.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be leveling accisations and things and demands at you like that.
Yeah. No, I felt the same because my initial response was
This is an indication of the rest of 23 with her.
Yeah. If this is how she's going to be, she can find another family.
When is she having sweets?
Yeah. Well, that's the kicker. She was, I swear to God.
What about your eyesight?
She was giving this. No, keep it. The judge, yes. She was telling me this, laying down the laws of the land for 2023 while eating those Nutella to-goes with the pretzel sticks in the Nutella.
Isn't it ironic?
She was holding it in her hand. And she had a smudge of peanut butter on her pajamas. And I was like, okay.
I mean,
but
two could play at this game. You should have yanked it right out of her hand and said, I'll see you Sábado.
Well, you know what happened? But I will say, even though it is hard, I mean, there are times when you take away sweets during the week, even though I have a goal.
I got to try to do this.
No. Even though, like right now, it's Monday. Oh, well, it's Thursday, but we're recording this on Monday.
Yeah.
And I know now that I can't have sweets till Saturday. I'll be in Phoenix in Saturday.
Sure.
Not the House of. What's the one I'm doing? Stand Up Live.
Stand Up Live
in Phoenix. 5 shows. I think they're almost sold out. But
whoop, whoop.
ChristyComedy.com. Check for tickies. So I know now on Saturday. Okay, so I've already actually I have it in my head on Saturday. I know I can't have sweets till then. So I already know. I've already Googled in Phoenix where I want to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to this place called Flight.
This is what happens now. Now you're making a thing of it.
Yes.
Now you're doing your research because Saturday means something.
Means something.
Yeah.
So in effect, it's better. And I already know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get like these chocolate chip peanut butter pancakes with whipped cream. They have muffins. I'm gonna get a muffin. I'm gonna do all that. So what I'll do is Saturday is I'll try Saturday. Is make Saturday morning, wake up after the shows, and try to get the most intense workout I've had of the week on Saturday, knowing that you are going to fucking eat 1,000 calories at breakfast. Maybe more.
That's more than that.
More. You're gonna eat You're gonna eat your daily caloric limit at breakfast. So you gotta try to burn at least 1,000 in the gym. Try. And I shoot for that, and it's been helpful.
Burn, baby, burn. Chocolate chip pancakes, burn, baby, burn. Better work it out.
Yeah. Burn, baby, burn. Phoenix is burning. Phoenix in January. We shall see.
Let me ask you a question. How much does a suit like that go for?
Oh, well, first of all, I want to say Giovanni Brusciano's suits have affordable prices that anybody can wear.
Anybody can wear.
Anybody can wear
his prices.
Anybody can wear his prices. But I would say that suit was maybe $500.
$500.
Which isn't,
No.
You need a nice suit.
A custom suit?
A custom suit. He's a good guy.
Did you pick out the color and the material? What is that, gabardine?
I don't know.
Wool? Merino?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Okay.
I got to take you to the
pick
dry
out
cleaner.
the color?
No, I asked Giovanni. I said...
Giovanni Bruschetta.
Giovanni Bruschetta. I asked him, I said, can you just get me a nice... I want 2 suits. And he said, got you. And he got me those, and he gave me those 2 suits. And he also...
Does he sew them himself?
I don't know if
Does he have a person?
I don't know if
Does he have a store? Is it a brick and mortar?
I don't know, actually.
Who is this guy?
Giovanni
Have
Brusciano.
you ever seen him in the same room as Michael Jackson?
No, but I know. But he puts out nice product, and
Okay.
he's one of these kids. He's one of these guys. We're the same age. He's just one of those guys that he's been fucking jacked since we're 14. Just jacked. Vain. I remember us being 14.
Just the kid that was lifting weights in 6th grade.
No, he wasn't even. I remember us being 14, 15 years old, all trying to get in shape, stay in shape, and he would be like, "Yeah, man, I just try to eat healthy, and sometimes I don't even work out." And I'm like, "Oh yeah," because his body is just like the cut chest, the cut abs.
Yeah, some people have that.
Right.
The DNA maybe for it.
Yeah. So and also now what I've done with him is I've said I think I'm going to go to his. Well, I'm actually going to see his brick and mortar tomorrow. I think it's in Astoria, Queens somewhere. I'm going to go there because he said I'll fit you. I'll give you like a nice look for when you want it, like if you're going to go do something nice, like do a television show or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll put you in. Like he was like something nice. Like, you know what he said? He said, we'll do for you now. Next, you want to elevate your look. You know what we're going to do for you? We're going to do the suit similar to this, different colors, not a shirt and tie. We're going to go turtleneck. Up to your turtleneck with the suit. That's what we're going to do with the hair like this.
Come on now.
With the hair pushed the other way.
Yeah.
He said you're going to
You look like you'd be doing a TED Talk or something like that.
He said we're going to walk in.
Yeah, or you look like you'd be like a secret agent at like a gala event.
Right.
I think.
How do secret agents in movies, by the way, beat the shit out of everybody and maintain that flexibility in wingtip shoes with suits on? Wouldn't you think they'd have to be in some type of athleisure?
I would have to think that becoming a secret agent entails putting yourselves in these situations for countless hours until you're so sure of yourself that you feel you can accomplish anything in a wingtip. And I think that we don't get to see that part of the movie because it's not necessary to the storyline.
Right. And do you think that you're a CIA agent, you go through all the training,
Yeah.
You're doing everything, you're rolling over cars, you're jumping off roofs, you're beating the shit out of people,
Yeah.
You're passing with flying colors, but you've done it all in the Army uniform. But they say the final test is do everything you just did with a Giovanni Brusciano suit.
Right.
Do you think that's what they do in the CIA? And they give you the wingtips and they say, now get through this tough mudder in a suit.
I believe that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they probably have to fight in the suit. They probably have to sleep in the suit.
Yeah.
They probably have to become one with that suit. So it's for them that they're not even wearing a suit. It's like a second skin.
It's second skin.
Giovanni's their second skin.
Because I got to be honest with you, I turned my ankle immediately in those shoes, in my suit wingtip shoes. I took one step outside, and I got little things that fall from the trees in front of my house,
Yeah, sure.
and I stepped on a little.
Leaves?
We call them itchy balls.
Oh, itchy balls,
Call them
yeah.
itchy balls, and I turned my ankle immediately because I didn't have the support because it was it's a low bottom wingtip shoe. So I don't know how Jason Statham is jumping off buildings
Your first
in those
mistake
shoes.
is you comparing yourself to Jason Statham.
I shouldn't do that because he doesn't have.
He has
no hair.
Well, first of all, you're not trying to become a secret agent. Maybe that happened to him on day one. You don't know that.
Well, I am trying to reinvent myself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that could be it. Maybe you could, do some high stakes espionage.
Yeah.
And what do they get paid? And is there a performance review? And do they ask for raises?
Right.
Are they like, look, I found I found the Declaration of Independence. I slaughtered 85 people.
Yeah.
All in secret.
Yeah.
I'd like a 10% raise, please.
Yeah, they're like, sir, what do you think? You 10% raise? You're like, yeah, I killed Bin Laden.
Yeah.
They're like, well, it doesn't matter. It's part of the job requirements.
Yeah.
CIA agent is $64,000 a year.
What?
That's not true.
That can't be true.
You can't support a family if you're going to be away all that time.
Well, I don't think you're allowed a family in that business.
Wow.
No, there's got to be somebody.
No.
Right, go to @HeyBabePod right now. Was your dad or mom ever in the CIA? Let us know.
Yeah, is the CIA where they train people to like? Is that like, or is it like another branch that we don't know about that are like ops or secret agents? Like is like what's his name there?
Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, James Bond.
Yeah,
Daniel Craig.
Is he in the CIA of the Brit? Like, what is the British?
That's
Central
called MI6.
MI6,
which
right.
is yeah.
Is he in that?
Now, what is Scotland Yard? Because
Isn't that a location?
Well, no, because they say MI6
Yeah.
and they go Scotland Yard.
Oh, yeah.
But is Scotland Yard like the FBI or is Scotland Yard a place?
Is that like saying, where's the Pentagon at?
Washington
Langley?
D.C.
Oh no,
Langley.
Yeah, right.
No, the Pentagon's in D.C. Langley's
Oh.
FBI headquarters.
FBI headquarters. Yeah.
It's headquarters of like a police station in London.
Scotland Yard?
Yeah.
But they always say like, oh, this is an agent with Scotland Yard. I thought it was like their FBI. But why would they call it Scotland Yard and it's in London? Because they want to keep you guessing.
Could be.
Yeah, they want you to be all over the place. Scotland Yard is happy that this conversation's happening. They don't know where the hell we are.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening and watching, and we know that you are.
A Secret Service special agent gets $150K a year.
That's a starting, Sal.
I think that's that.
First of all, shout out special agents.
Shout them out.
Shout out people that are trying to become. Shout out all the people listening that are on the journey to becoming a certified secret agent.
We appreciate you, and we see you in the shadows lurking, and we feel your presence, and we like you. And I like that Pimp said a secret servant, which is different than the Secret Service.
Sorry,
I'm just a secret servant. You just out of nowhere, you just get a tray of eggs.
It says it takes.
I don't know, your bathroom's clean like that.
Bin Laden's dead. I stuffed him with cocktail weenies. So.
What'd you say, Pimpy?
It says it takes 2 years to become a secret spy person.
Okay,
Are you getting that full pay from the get?
No, I think
Like the day you put on the wingtips for the first time, you getting $150?
I don't think you get paid for boot camp, no?
Okay, so let me tell you, I do have a friend. I haven't seen this guy in 15
Prove it.
Prove it. I have a friend who's in the CIA. Allegedly! Because they're always allegedly. But he said to me, and I believe him, I know a good friend wouldn't lie. He went through, he was first working for U.S. Customs, and then he wanted to move on to the CIA. So what they did is part of the training, you had to take all these written courses or whatever. Gets to the certain level of training. Then they took him in a van, not like kidnapped on the street, but took him in a van. He got to a certain stretch of highway, I think in the Maryland area, and they asked him to put a blindfold on. No, I swear to God, because he was not in yet. Asked him to put a blindfold on for about 25 minutes. Took the blindfold off. He was already inside the facility of where this CIA place was. Went through all the training there, whatever. I think he was there for like 5 or 6 weeks. Passed, got through, and then the last I heard, he was working in the accounting department of the CIA because he said that is 95% of the CIA is the accounting department.
Right.
That those spies and what the Hollywood glorifies is such a small percentage of the CIA. It is mostly literally accounting. The CIA is mostly looking for your tax stuff.
That's what they mostly are doing.
Yeah.
But then are we glorifying it, the secret agents then?
I think we are.
That isn't that counter, but isn't there like terrorism units in there and everything?
Well, I think there's units in it, but I think majority of it is accounting.
So
all right, this episode brought to you by
BetterHelp.
We love BetterHelp. We talk about it. I think every episode we talk about BetterHelp now. And
they should know that even when they don't take an ad on it, we still talk about it. Sometimes my day is brought to you by BetterHelp. I just literally, I'm like, today's going to be brought to you by BetterHelp. It's awesome, BetterHelp. It's what I love about it the most. Again, I'm on it is I don't have to leave my home to get a therapy session. Talk to a licensed professional.
I can do it from the comfort of my own home. They match me up. I took the little questionnaire and they matched me up with who fit best for me, and it worked. That person and I have been together now for over a year, and it's awesome. I love it.
You don't even have to go on camera if you don't want to.
No,
in this day and age.
no.
I always say that too. It's just like, because before I started therapy, I always wanted to try therapy, but I was intimidated to go find someone. I was intimidated with the price point.
Yeah.
If I didn't like it, this is just the easiest way to get your foot in the door and try it out if you're ever thinking about it.
It's awesome. And right now, if you go to betterhelp.com, that's H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/heybabe, you're going to get 10% off your first month, okay? betterhelp.com/heybabe. 10% off your first month.
BetterHelp.com. Babbel is, we love Babbel. Babbel
Love
is a
Babbel.
language learning app.
Yes.
They have over 14 languages on there, and they make lessons, bite-sized lessons that you can do on the go.
Yes.
Whether you're trying to learn a new language, connect with an old relative, you're taking a vacation, Babbel makes learning language fun.
Yes, and what I love about them the most is they're not using this artificial intelligence technology. No, they're using actual language learning experts, and they have come together and created this system. 150 language experts. The teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages. They have speech recognition technology, which helps to improve your pronunciation and accent.
10-minute lessons, and they're saying that you could start having a conversation in a language within 3 weeks.
10-minute lessons, 10-minute meals. It's amazing. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/heybabe. That's babbel.com/heybabe. 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
When is it that the FBI and the CIA crossed paths and they were like, this is our fucking case? Like, stay off our case. This is my case now. It's FBI. No, it's CIA.
Yeah.
When they argue about it? How does it? When is it the FBI or when is it the CIA?
I honestly, I don't know, because in the movies, the FBI will always come in and be like, this is a crime. FBI
to local
crime.
law enforcement, they'll be like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
We're in charge now.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the CIA could do that to the
who
FBI.
supersedes who?
I don't know.
So it's saying FBI's domestic, CIA's international.
Okay, so because that's a big thing
But
where
international, they look at our taxes.
like law enforcement. There's a lot of times in law enforcement like, oh, I can't. If you could just make it to New Jersey, you know NYPD can't chase you. In the CIA, where the FBI sometimes they're chasing someone, and then it's like, do not let them get out of the United States borders, and they got to just turn the plane around.
Right.
They got to bank left because they're like, the guy made it to international waters.
That's
but
right.
The CIA will keep it going.
CIA will keep that shit going. Imagine you went through all that training, like months and months and months of training, blah, 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 and they sat down and they were like, it's not going to work.
Or
He's like, but I got bit by an alligator.
Yeah, like, or they go through all the training. You are like a trained assassin in the wingtips. You think your first mission, like you're gonna go to like somewhere and like kill like a presidential candidate with like a gun, and they just sit down. I'm like, are you familiar with QuickBooks? that's what you do. Yeah, TurboTax.
Windows ME was a real bitch. Let's see what you can do with it.
Now, there is one weird fact. What do you think the maximum age to become a spy is?
27.
So you're saying. So the question is, once you hit this age, this is the last year you could train to become a spy.
It says case by case they might waive. If you're this age or above.
Oh.
So you can. So in other words, you cannot be any older than what to be a CIA agent. Okay, I guess 27. It's wrong, but I locked it in.
It's funny that we don't have a presidential limit of age.
I know.
No,
we don't.
I mean, if you need it for that, I mean,
they have it in China. In China, I don't think you're allowed to be a president over. I think you have to be at least 55, and you can only be 55 to 65. But the new president, Xi Jinping, the
guy who does your suits,
exactly.
Right.
So that's an interesting connection.
Right.
Yes, and he, but he changed the law. But I think that you normally in China you have to be at least 55 to 65. Where us, I think you have to be 40.
Oh, you have to be at least 40?
I think you have to be 40.
Oh, wow.
But what is the age? What's the guess?
So I'm thinking there's probably years of training. 27.
That was a stupid guess.
I feel like it's a little young. I feel like maybe 35.
35 is the cutoff.
Well, it depends because
He got it.
He got it.
Are you in the CIA?
No. Just a lucky guess, I guess.
Could you?
Jokers.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Just a lucky guess, I guess.
35. That is a good guess, but it also it makes sense.
It feels like it's like when I think a UFC fighter starts going downhill. I don't know.
Well, most athletes start going down at
35.
35. If you're killing it after 35, That's pretty good.
And I'll say it one more time. I probably said it before. I'll say it again. I am now older than every single professional athlete in sports.
Including Tom Brady.
I'm older than Tom Brady.
Wow.
He was born in 77. I was born in 76.
Wow.
Football.
1776?
Baseball. 1666.
Wow.
Plus 10 years.
Yes.
Football, baseball, hockey, basketball. There's not one person older than me.
Not one.
There used to be like Adam Vinatieri, what might have was a little older.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
field goal kicker, yeah.
Something like that. But like I don't think so, man.
By the way, did you see the Cowboys kicker miss 4 extra point
Yeah,
kicks?
5, right?
5, and then the one got blocked
and then
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Against the Niners, it got blocked, and then they said it would have missed.
Yeah, it was going to miss if you watch it. First of all, I was watching those games live. He missed one. Didn't think anything of it. People miss chip shots once in a while. Second one, I'm like, that's interesting. I bet you something's wrong with his foot or his high winds.
Right.
Then there wasn't. Then he hit it. Then they let him go back out. He missed the third one.
Yeah.
I said, something's going on here. I
Right.
wonder what's going on here because they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
They're just going, oh, he missed another one.
Yeah.
And then he came out for a fourth, and I was like, if he misses this one,
Yeah.
and they don't address this, what the fuck? He missed the fourth one.
Bad.
I'm texting with people, and I'm like, it's too obvious for him to be throwing the game, right?
Right.
He missed 4. Has that ever happened ever?
No. Only time in playoff history.
And I think there was one more, maybe. I know it was 4. At least
And
4.
then he finally hit one at the end.
At the end of the other game?
The
game of last week?
The
He
game
hit
from
one?
last week, the very last one, he hit that one against
Okay.
the Bucks.
Okay.
He hit that one, the last one. So, but then
you
the
imagine what he
first one where all eyes on him of when they were playing the Niners,
Yeah.
it got blocked, but he was going to miss it.
He was going to miss
and
it.
Supposedly, because I was like, okay, but if he gets blocked,
Maher?
Maher. And the kicker, they said if you get a block, it's so close that you if you block a field goal from far away, something with like the angles of the kickers, it's easier to block those. But if you're blocking an extra point, it's the kicker's fault. You were going to fucking shank that thing so bad, and the guy was just able to get his hand up.
Really?
But could you imagine the pressure on?
No.
Do you think he was shaking?
I know for a fact he was shaking. That's all I was thinking about the whole game. I mean, if you're him and you're on that kind of a stage in the playoffs, I mean, if his team was not up by 4 touchdowns, is that what it was?
Yeah, they were
right?
killing
They were
them,
up
yeah.
4 touchdowns. It was like it ended up being 24-0 when he missed the 4th one. I think.
Right.
If that was a game, I don't know. They would have been death threat. Remember Scott Norwood?
Yes.
He got and on the Bills when he missed the field goals so the Giants won the Super Bowl. I think
Yeah.
it was 1990.
Yeah.
He got death threats for years after that.
Right. Yeah, and I think
They made a movie about it.
Do you think any chance in hell they retain him, the Cowboys, or you think he is cut like you can't imagine?
I gotta look at what his stat lines
He was
were.
really good at stats.
Yeah, I mean, dude, because once you get in your own head, you start having an internal meltdown.
Right.
If I was him, and they don't have any other kick, I don't think you could make any moves to pick up another.
No, there's not many of them.
Right. I mean, I guess if you got hurt, they'd have to.
Oh, no, because you're saying on a playoff roster, you can't even bring anyone in.
Well, there must be something because who's going to kick the ball if he gets hurt, right?
Right.
But it might be someone that they have to pull up from like I don't even know where.
Yeah.
I was watching some football coverage analysis, and Jimmy Johnson, the old Cowboys.
I love him, yeah.
Yeah, he said, and I've heard this before, but I thought it was really funny. They said he had the yips.
The yips.
He's like, well, he said it like 8 times in 1 minute. He's like, well, you got a kicker that has the yips, and you don't know what to do. And he's got you know how long he's going to have the yips, and the guy's had the yips since last week. The guy's got the yips.
Yeah, the yips is. I want you guys to go out there this week and use I got the yips in a sense.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
We just shot a bit for Jokers last week, and we were in a waiting room, and we made the lights go off in the waiting room. Murray was in there, right? We made the lights go off, and we told Murray to tell the guy he was waiting with that Murray was the receptionist. He's like, oh, these lights are sound activated. They go off every like minute or two,
Right.
For energy saving.
Right.
And to get them back on, you just have to go, yip. This is before I heard about the yips.
Yeah.
So he tells the guy that, and Murray's working, and every 1 or 2 minutes the lights go off, and this older black gentleman's there, and he goes, yip, and then we turn them back on. We're controlling them. And then they go off again. Then Murray leaves the room. The guy's all alone. We did it like 5 times. The guy's alone in the dark in the room going, yip.
You were dying, right?
Oh my God, I was dying.
Now it says here the punter with the most missed kicks over a career is 304 missed kicks in 27 seasons.
What?
304 missed kicks?
In 27 seasons.
How could he stay
Okay.
on the roster? 27 seasons? What?
What's his name?
George Blanada, Blanada.
The guy who does your suits?
Yes.
Holy shit!
This guy's a president of China and a field goal kicker.
First of all, that's 27 seasons. That's for the NFL.
His first season was 1949.
Oh, okay. So this is back in the day when they were. Yeah, who knows? I mean, they all they were like that. I think that the field goal. I think that kicking extra points was much further away, and I think that's
Can you imagine a guy kicking field goals in the 40s was still kicking field goals the year I was born. That's crazy.
What? That's how old you are.
The guy's fucking kicking field goals. How old was he?
When he passed, let me see.
Or, I mean, well, if he played 27,
He missed 304, which means he missed like 11 a year.
That's a lot of
terrible percentage, and he stuck around that long.
Well, I mean, dude, like, because they make field goal kicking look easy in the NFL, but it is so insanely difficult to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you see somebody who misses all those in a row like that, you're like, oh my God, the professional athletes just make shit look.
He died in 2010, but he's old school looking.
Oh yeah, he looks like
he
that.
looks like he's the guy that played without a helmet.
He pushes his hair away from his cowlick, which is interesting.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. What's the longest field goal record? This is the field goal record in the NFL. Do you know?
I think it's
like 62?
60 something yards. I think that the Vikings, when they beat the Giants in the regular season of this season, they kicked I think that was the longest field goal in NFL history. And it wanted to win the game against the Giants. I don't know. Don't quote. I know some sports nuts fans will be
66-yard was the longest. Baltimore Ravens.
When?
Let me see. It doesn't say the year.
Oh, the Ravens. It was probably remember there was a kicker on the Falcons who, like, up until like a few years ago, he only had like the one bar on the, like everyone else. What was his name? Anderson, maybe. He just had like one bar. Where it
on the Falcons? You're not thinking of Jamal Anderson, are you?
No. I think
2021 on the 66-yard
for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Well, Justin
Oh my
Tucker.
God.
Yeah.
That was 66 yards.
It's insane.
That's crazy. I wonder by how much he made it. I wonder if it made it you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, with just like, athletes and all the training and everything like that, like somebody will hit a 70-yard field goal. Like, that's going to happen.
You think so?
And it might start to become like the norm.
That would be crazy. You get a touchback at the 20, you go one first down and kick a field goal. That's insane. Then they had to shrink the goalposts.
Yeah.
That's
and
wild.
the most missed kicks in one game is 7 field goal attempts, all missed.
The same guy?
Guys, 4 NFL teams, 2 conference championship games, and only a few more shots to win big on the playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get 200 in free bets instantly. Are you not a new customer? You can feel the conference championship thrills with stepped-up same-game parlays.
Love stepped-up same-game parlays.
I love a parlay.
Take your shot at an even bigger NFL payout and boost your winnings with each leg. You add up to 100%. Right now, all you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HeyBabe.
Hey, babe.
New customers can bet $5 on the conference championships and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code HeyBabe.
Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Okay? And I just want to say, this weekend, I think the hottest game of the week. I'm looking forward to the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Me too. Bengals Chiefs are big. Well,
They're
here
hot.
I like Bengals Chiefs, but I think even hotter Eagles Niners.
Really?
I'm gonna bet on all of them.
You're gonna bet on all of them?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go on DraftKings and have myself a field day, and I'm gonna put in that code Hey Babe.
All right.
Some guy
The same kicker missed 7 field goals.
All right. I thought you meant that like Mayhar or
Yeah.
Tucker. I thought you meant the
yeah.
same guy. Oh, so he missed 7 in one game?
Do you think too, like at that point?
You got to be cut at that point.
Yeah, like
How did you get there?
I wonder if there's ever
He's
been
got the
situ-
yips.
Like he's got the yips. If there was a situation where you've missed at the 5th field goal, you miss where the coach just flat out says to you, if you miss this field goal, take off your pants and go to the locker room. You're done. Like and
your
then you
pads,
miss
your pads, your pants.
your pads and your pants. Take off your uniform. And could you imagine like he missed it and he just starts jogging towards the locker room? He's like, I know.
Someone did that last week. There was like an interception or something, and they just ran into the locker rooms.
Like
the announcer was like, that doesn't make any sense.
like the celebration was
He
ran to the
just kept going. Him and 2 other guys ran into the tunnel and into the locker rooms. And Yeah, they're like he should have got a game penalty, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He just kept, dude. He just kept going, and he just ran right after it. It was like what?
Yeah.
Last weekend.
Wow, there's also a guy who never missed a single attempt his whole career.
Who?
Steven Gotkowski.
The guy
yeah.
who did your suits.
The guy, yeah.
This guy's all over.
That was the guy from he was the
Gostowski?
Colts, right?
Gostowski.
Patriots, it says.
Oh yeah. No, what? No, there was
Steven
Adam
Gostowski?
Vinatieri was the big one, and then remember there was
He
the
was the
Polish guy.
Colts.
Wasn't he on the Colts too? Something with Peyton Manning. He was like an
That was
unbelievable
Vinatieri,
field
though.
coach.
That was still Vinatieri.
Always.
I think so. Yeah.
No, but Vinatieri had a whole career with the Patriots and the Colts. Didn't he play for both?
Vinatieri with the Colts for a long time. No.
Only the Colts, and he was the one who hit all those field goals in the snow. Remember he hit that like
at one point he was like the man. I know that.
But remember there was a Polish guy. Pimp's right. There was a Polish guy who was awesome, who everybody wanted. It might have been Gostowski. I forgot his. I don't know.
Yeah, Gostowski. Steve Gostowski.
Steve Kowalskis.
I don't know if you're
Who's
right.
that?
This is him.
What's his name?
Steve Gotkowski.
Yeah.
Oh, Ostrowski.
You know, Gostowski.
What team did he play for?
It says the Patriots. Let me look at his lineup.
Yeah, he was there. That's right. He was the guy with Brady, wasn't he?
I thought like I don't know.
You ever kick one?
I've never even attempted to kick a field goal. Should we do that? Have you ever
I'm
tried?
Serious.
I'd love to watch that.
Have you ever tried?
You should try kicking field goals.
Oh my god!
We should just go to like the high school over here and just we'll get it and we'll see who will do.
But do you remember they had to? I think they made this illegal. Do you remember there was one kicker? I forgot his name, but remember it was like in the 90s. He
took a shoe off?
No. His shoe. He like cut an indent in the shoe and he made it
His
like
toes out, right?
Yeah, it was like sick. And they were like, you can't do that. He basically put like a hammer in the front of his shoe, and every time he would kick it, he had like extra weight on it.
How far do you think you can kick it? Can you throw a baseball 66 yards?
I mean, maybe on a few bounces it would get there, but in the air,
66
no way.
yards, that's 200 feet, isn't it? More.
Well, 3 feet and 1 yard. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
but a
66
baseball, you think you
yeah.
can throw a baseball 66 yards?
I don't know. Wait, no, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think honestly,
180 feet, 66 yards is what? About 200 feet?
hold on, I'm going to tell you. 198 feet.
98 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I genuinely could throw a football maybe 15 yards. No, I'm telling you, it's hard. Have you ever
could do more than 15
Have you ever stood
yards.
on an NFL
It's
football field?
huge.
Have you ever stood on it
Yes.
to see like
yes.
dude,
it's otherworldly. You never realize how big the fucking thing is.
Well, you ever think about like a short quarterback like Doug Flutie was like 5'6"? How did he see the receivers? It's
No,
like these guys are going. Was he just fucking close his eyes and just like fuck it?
Do you know how long it would take me to run 100 yards? Probably like 40 minutes.
I was gonna say you'd have to do it. I think in 2 or 3 sections. Yeah. Like we'd have. Yeah. And sprinting.
Okay, ready? What yard line do you have to be on to get to the end zone before getting tackled by someone that is chasing you from the NFL, and someone fast,
Like
too.
a legitimate NFL linebacker.
yeah, or like a safety, or you know.
Where are they starting from?
Well, what do they need? That's what I'm saying. Like, how much of a head start? From end zone to end zone, they're starting at one end zone. You got to get to the other end zone. What yard line do you have to start on? You're running full speed that they're not able to catch you.
So if you put me at the 50-yard line.
50, right?
You put me they're in the end zone. You put me at the 50.
Yeah.
I think by the skin of my teeth, like when they almost I could get there.
You dive in.
What about you?
So yeah, I was gonna say at least 50, but if you think 50, then mine's probably like 30.
But the truth is, remember that show Pros versus Joes?
No,
You don't what?
No.
Google Pros versus. You don't know this show?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, you're a fucking asshole.
they find professional athletes to go up against people named Joe.
No. Yes, exactly. Pros versus Joes. They
you
take
serious?
a regular guy. Some of them were athletes, former athletes. Some of them weren't, just guys.
Ooh, that
and they
sounds
would
like
have
fun.
them go up against like Joey Porter, the linebacker from the
the
Steelers
Steelers.
and the Dolphins, right? And then they would have try to get a rebound off Dennis Rodman, try to hit a fastball off Dennis Eckersley, and the football players they would fucking demolish these guys. Pros versus Joes, right?
Spike TV 2006.
Spike
2010.
TV. Remember? Do you remember how great Spike TV was?
They offered to buy a show from us. Actually, I sold them a show.
Was Spike the original True TV?
No, not even.
Spike just
his
a
own
network
thing.
that folded.
Yeah, our first show we ever sold was to Spike TV. We shot a pilot.
With Spike.
Yeah.
Was it Pros versus Joes?
No, it was like a single camera sitcom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were interesting. They were thinking about doing that back then.
Yes.
Well, Spike TV, that was, if you guys don't remember, the young people, that network was specifically, outright said, this is for men.
It was like the Manscaped of channels.
It was like, we don't, everyone's trying to go after women and the women's voice. They were like, we don't care
for
about
dudes.
it.
Yeah.
They were like, this is for men.
Shortest quarterback in NFL history.
Doug Flutie, 5'5".
I'm not seeing Flutie. It says Eddie LeBaron, 5'7", the little general.
Oh shit!
What year?
He's already little enough. You got to call him a little general.
Let me see what year he played.
5'7". I mean, I'm only 5'9", 5'10". I'm 5'10".
No,
5'10".
5'10". But think about, I mean, for an athlete,
5'7". This guy's at a 6'6" coming at him that are 320 pounds.
It's interesting, like, more guys don't get, like, literally, like, there's not someone getting carted off the field weekly.
Okay, this is what I was thinking about something last week. I can't get it out of my head. No matter who you are, how do you deal with when there's 15 guys on you on a pylon?
Yeah.
And it takes like 1 minute for everybody to get up. So you're at the bottom. There's not just 15 guys. It's 15 guys between 200 and 400 pounds.
Right.
And they're on you, and you just got slammed down, and they're jumping on you.
Right.
And then little by little, when someone's under there fighting for the ball,
Yeah.
and the ref's trying to get everybody off, and everyone's taking their sweet time. How do you train for that? What are the guys at the bottom doing? And are they talking down there?
Well,
They probably are. They're probably fucking trash talking and shit.
well, let me tell you, we've had the honor of having Tiki Barber, NFL great on the show.
Right into the duck sauce.
Right into the duck sauce. He told me that here's a dirty little secret. When they're fighting for the ball, like the fumble, and everyone dives.
People are fucking chewing.
Biting, grabbing their nuts. They're trying to grab your
Yeah.
nuts. He said, how many times one team has the ball and somebody will just go in there and fucking twist and pull or try to just do anything. They're trying to get your dick to make you give up that fucking ball.
He really said they'll hit you in the dick?
They will. And he said the amount of shit talking is insane at the goal line, on the offensive line. Like, it is insane. He said some guys purposely will not shower that whole week. They want to smell like full open ass. So guys just want to get away from them. Like, it's all tactics. He said another thing. He said, you got to understand, like, a professional athlete, he said, like, there's times where, like, he will have a bad game simply because, like, he got into a fight with his wife, or he has to shit, or, like, they're just humans playing. So he was like, that's like, a lot of times
You think of them as superhuman, but
no, he's like, they'll say, oh, we don't know what got into, the quarterback today. It's like, yeah, his girlfriend left him and he had diarrhea.
Right.
Like, that's what happened.
Right.
He's
Like,
his brain's fucked
same
up.
thing like we go on stage.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Yeah, he just had a bad show.
Yeah,
but he said
yeah.
they grab and twist their nuts constantly.
Honestly, if you get to that level of professionalism and you're not good enough to just, do something without stinking on purpose, you probably like, if you need the help of not showering, you should probably reassess.
Yeah, people go
That's
a little crazy.
that's messed up.
You want to hear one of the most disgusting things you've ever heard in your entire life? Like, truly, like,
kind of don't, but
no, but
all right.
like, if this doesn't make you dry heave, I don't know if you're human. Okay. So we had Wayne Corbett on the podcast once. New York Jets legend, whatever.
Yes, he came to one of my shows once.
Great guy. He was
Walk on from Hofstra.
walk off from Hofstra. Great guy, Wayne Corbett. You were there, right, when we interviewed Wayne Corbett in the back? That was on the Chrissy Chaos Patreon last year. He told us, I said, what's some of the craziest hazing things you ever had to do? He goes, the craziest thing I ever saw is one year they made the rookies. He says, this was like, you could never do this now, but this was early 90s. He goes, one year they made the rookies. All the offensive linemen shaved the calluses off the bottom of their feet and put it in a Ziploc bag over the course of a year. And then on the last day, they made the rookies sprinkle it on like a Caesar salad and eat the salad. Could you imagine? Would you?
No.
You wouldn't. You would just say,
don't give a flying fuck. If you don't see my integrity, my work ethic, and I'm not a good partner to you, and I haven't had your back or whatever, then go fuck off.
right.
I don't need to do that. I'm an adult that got here on my own. You think I'm going to eat your foot shavings on my Caesar salad? I'm not.
I'm not.
What are you going to do? What is anyone going to do? Are you going to tell the staff? No.
Yeah, the coach would be like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that?
Supposedly the guys did it because it's like a camaraderie that the guys have, that they were like, they just wanted to do it.
How is that a camaraderie?
I have no idea.
That's insane.
Or like, you ever hear the stories of like the best quarterbacks, like this, because the offensive line is like, in football, like obviously what protects the quarterback. Like Brady had the best he would just buy them cars. Like he would just buy them gifts and be like,
most important part of a football team, yes or no? Offensive line.
Yes.
I believe it is.
Yes.
With a good offensive line, it opens up your offense no matter who you have. If you have anyone just slightly capable in there, they're going to be able to run through a hole.
Right.
And they're going to and if you have that good of an O-line, you're going to have time in the pocket. I think that they say defense wins games. I'll say offensive line probably more so than almost anything.
Yeah. And kicking. Kicking's huge.
Yeah, you have to have an accurate kicker.
Well, you see now, like when people are like, oh, kickers aren't, they gives a fuck about. Would you mind if the NFL got rid of kicking? Would you mind if there was no kicking in football? For real?
No kicking in football?
No. Yeah.
The kicking is the only part that deals with the foot.
It's interesting, right? They've named the whole sport after a very, very small part of the game.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So they did.
They're like Scotland Yard. They're trying to throw us off.
That's what it is. Have you seen? You know what happened? You know why they probably didn't get rid of Mahar after the 4-5 misses?
Mahar.
He might be a secret agent.
He could be
Undercover.
Yeah.
He's got to stay there, and he's got the yips, and he's messing up now big.
That's what it is. Or the team likes him because they're like, listen, this guy ate all our calluses on a Caesar salad. He's done it multiple years. He's one of us. He's proved himself.
Yeah.
And we can't
cut him today. He just ate a bowl of our shavings
yeah.
right before game time.
Yeah, we can't. It literally, if you even attempted to do that today, just the act of it, just putting your calluses in a plastic bag, you will be brought up on an HR violation immediately. Immediately, you cannot do that. Well, you ever remember those? Oh, I may have talked about this on
I don't get hazing. I would never.
But do you remember, and I know it's like bad, whatever, but like, do you remember, you ever hear that story of like, it came out only a few years ago with Peyton Manning when he was in college about how he used to like, just open up his asshole and like fart on the masseuse. And like, they would like, the whole team would be dying laughing or whatever. No. And then like, like 20 years later, the woman was like, I'm suing you. And supposedly like.
I think I might have heard that. Somebody farted on somebody.
And somebody said like, I forgot who it was, like somebody who knew him, like in public was like, yeah, you like when he got that news, he was like with like his friends and family and they were dying laughing, even though they were dying. They were like, you remember crazy ass Becky? Like, cause he used to just fart, like literally like shart on her at the University of Tennessee, and like he was, and like they still
did you make up the part where he opened up his ass?
No, I think
or is that a detail?
No, I think it was like he would Peyton, Mr. Manning opened up his buttocks and like flatulated on the. It pops up, right?
Something else pops up.
For Peyton?
Yeah. He thrust his crotch in her face when she was massaging his foot.
Oh, I thought it was farting.
Unfortunately not.
Oh, he thrust
I see
his
how
crotch.
I see how you can mix the two up.
Yes. Okay.
No, but somebody did do that. There was an athlete.
Somebody used to fart on the masseuse.
Farting on people. I'm telling you. No, that was
maybe. Okay, so I mix up the stories. It's not okay.
Wow.
So, I do have a fun fact about the little general.
Oh yeah, let's know.
The shortest quarterback in the NFL was also a veteran of the Korean War.
Interesting. The Korean War was a tough one.
Are a lot of players veterans? Is that a thing or no?
Well, back in the time when the U.S. was fighting all the wars, I mean, Ted Williams, all these guys, they would fight. They would go. You would get drafted. You had no choice.
Ted Williams got drafted, right?
Ted Williams got drafted and had such amazing stats but still, I think 3 years of that he was fighting in World War II.
His head's on ice, isn't it?
Ted Williams' head is on ice. I think Walt Disney's head is on ice.
Yeah.
It's Antonio Brown repeatedly farted in a man's face.
And I thought it was too. I thought it was. But I was like, fuck this Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown's wild. I mean, did you see Snapchatted pictures of like his wife, his ex-wife, and he's like, somebody hacked my Snapchat. They were like, no, they didn't.
What do you think the guy's asking for getting farted in the face? I have what he's demanding. From
What the man?
Oh, that's not settled yet.
Well, I don't know. At this point of this article,
he asked for
that. So that lawsuit is still lingering.
Like it.
I don't know.
Very nice.
I'm just trying new things.
I like it.
I think he's it's Antonio Brown.
What would you charge?
Is he suing Brown or the Steelers organization or both?
He's suing Brown for repeatedly farting in his face.
You're a juror, and you guys are in the back and like coming in, and you're like, all right, how much would you give for one fart? Okay, now multiply that by 5. How much would you give for 5 farts? And like people are eating their lunch, and like we gotta wrap this up.
Right.
I think he's asking for $5 million.
What is $7.5 million?
$12,000.
That's it? Are you blowing smoke up my ass?
No.
$12,000?
No. And it's still going on?
What is he getting paid to be in the CIA?
Where did he get that number? Is there a guide, like a manual? Like, how did you come up? Who came up with $12,000? It was 6 farts. I want $2,000 to fart.
Right.
And why is it still going?
I'd take a fart.
That's clogging up our fucking court system.
$12,000 for a fart in the face? No.
$12,000 for a fart in the face is.
But a jury has to come together to deliberate that?
It's going to cost him more in legal fees.
Yeah, if I'm Antonio Brown, I pay that immediately.
Speaking of 12,000, I'm going to open up Sal's card. Sal's card for my daughter's baptism, which he came. Let's see what it is. Oh, this is nice. Congratulations on your christening. Love you lots. Next up, communion. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
This number that you gave me, which by the way is very generous. I appreciate it, baby.
Of course,
Thank
man.
you.
I love
This goes to the council. Love you too. I'm gonna tell Violet. We got some money.
Tell her we took care of her.
Tell her took care of her. But everybody, the people who gave checks all gave not as much as that, but in that ballpark. Is there something that, and some of them was like the exact, like I got 10 checks from people that was the exact amount, which was a randomish number, but it was the exact amount. Do you think people Googled the venue it was at and said how much a plate there?
No way in the world.
It can't.
No, no one's doing that. I know. How do you?
But I don't understand how.
You're not gonna find their catering menu and then understand what you're paying. And but that's why you can make an assumption about that.
No, but it was like you gave a number that was like a more round number. Like I'm talking about everybody gave an odd number, and it was like 10 different people that didn't know each other.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where did they
like
get
something that ends with a 7.5 or something
Yeah,
weird like that?
No. It was like 400, and I was like, where is that? Like, where is the 400 coming from?
I could see that. I could see any number of an even 100.
But 10 people get that exact one?
Well, I don't know. Maybe 2 people, like a couple hundred each at this day and age. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
All
right. It was just interesting. I didn't know if maybe people Google, like, I've never done, because it's very difficult to try when you go to any type of wedding, baptism, any event. How much do you give?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know myself.
I just Googled. It's $50 they're saying on here.
$50 a person?
For a christening gift if you're not the godparent.
You give $50.
That's what it says.
But that might be just without a party at a catered hall.
Maybe, yeah.
Right? I mean,
right.
Because that's.
But see, here's the thing, too, is when you got to think about things in the national level, right?
We're gonna get fucked. Our rates are higher here.
Right. You go to other cities, other states, and sometimes people will, like the way of like it's almost like when you live in New York it's almost like you'd live in a different country. Like
weddings are insanely
because
different.
It costs so much more to live here, though. So in reality, the $50, you're giving the same percentage of your general income and life expenses as we are.
Yeah.
We just have to pay for more shit.
Right.
That's all it is. That's the difference.
But it's like that everywhere because even if you go to a wedding and like. You ever go to a wedding in the middle?
No.
Or anywhere outside of New York,
but
really. Like if you go to Pennsylvania, whatever it is, they just do weddings. Like I think that they have it right, and we are a little bit over the top.
Yeah. No, we're putting too much pressure on ourselves.
It should just be a gathering.
Yes.
With good food and drink with friends, and that is what it is.
I like that you say good food and drink and not drinks. You say drink, and I like that. You do that often. I always catch you. You always say we're gonna have food and drink at the house, not drinks. Which it's interesting.
Is that incorrect?
No, I think it's more correct, and I think that it's more formal.
Okay.
And I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that about you.
What we do? Do we talk Super Bowl yet? Oh yeah, you.
Well,
yes.
we're gonna Super Bowl's gonna be in a couple of weeks, which could Patrick Mahomes very well,
He very well might make it in. Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Honestly,
the way that the Bengals are playing though,
I think it's going to be Eagles and Bengals. But I'd like to see Niners Bengals.
Yeah, you don't think the Niners are going to beat the Eagles?
I don't. The Eagles look so. I mean, they on a Giant. They
were dominating.
They beat the shit out of the Giants. Where it was literally like actually, I was getting sad. Here's how bad I was watching the Eagles.
It was not a fun game to watch.
I was watching the Eagles beat the shit out of the Giants so hard that in an effort to make myself feel better and get happiness, I put on the Casey Anthony documentary.
Something a little lighter.
Something a little lighter. Yeah, that's what I did. I went to a Peacock and I said, this is actually making me feel nicer, which by the way, and I'm going to tell you with proof that I know for a fact Casey Anthony did kill her baby, and I'm going to tell you that this has been Hey Babe.
Wow.
Don't be a flake. Don't run away